gloves on. Man, y'all niggas gonna cut this shit out, man.
We boxing, right?
Hey, yo, work 'em. Hit 'em.
What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Banco Boxing, man. Hey, it's your first time on the channel, man. Please make sure you go and hit that bell icon, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Hey, I'm back. I'm trying to get these videos out, man. Shout out to everybody that be doing their thing. Shout out to Dr. Blick, CJ Goodfella, Wood, my partners on Twitter, TY Keep It 100, Ron Boy Fresh. Even the dudes I go back and forth with, I forgot his name, but we always have our interesting takes on there, man. Shout out to all of them. But so I'm scrolling boxingnews24.com, and I see an article titled Deontay Wilder, I don't see Tyson Fury as a champion. I'll make sure I put this article link in the description, guys. But it's written by Scott Guilfoyle, so right here, I'll make sure I try to put some screenshots on here as well. I'm actually just going to try to skip to basically what Wilder says before reading what all the takes is. So he says, according to Wilder, it wasn't me in there with Fury on the night. He says he was a zombie and he had something that kept him from being the fighter that he usually is. Wilder says he'll reveal what the problem was at a later time, but he doesn't want to talk about it now. He doesn't want to come across like he's just making excuses for a 7-round knockout loss to Fury. Let's see what else this article says. Okay, so this, I guess, is something that happened on the PBC podcast. So it says, Wilder, Fury isn't a champion yet. There were a lot of things that went on and a lot of things I don't want to talk about at this moment in time. Let me try to sound like Deontay Wilder. You know, I can't believe the things that happened, what happened to me. I'm still reflecting on it and I'm trying to figure some things out. People know in boxing that wasn't Deontay Wilder that night. I was a zombie that night. And I can't talk about a lot of things, but it wasn't Deontay Wilder. You could tell from the mask my reaction to certain things that I was doing in the ring, and you can look at the first fight from the second fight, and you could tell it was two different people. You don't go backward, you go on the hunt. And that night I wasn't myself. I felt like a zombie. There's a lot of things I really can't say, and I can only get stronger and learn from the situation to get better. It's not over in my eyes. I don't see Fury as a champion. It's still going. He ain't the champion yet. Let's see. He says, we still got one more fight left. I'm looking forward to showing the world the best of Deontay Wilder. All right, so most of these quotes in here are saying the same thing. Let's see something. Okay, I see something interesting here. Wilder says he's looking to bring somebody else into the team. So he says, I'm looking to bring in someone for sure. We don't have it down yet. I've got two people I'm bringing in. One of them, he'll always come to camp and he's always around and is in and out anyway. We'll see what happens. I think we got a great team. When things get back to normal, we can move forward with our game plan for the third fight. He said he spoke with George Foreman. He dropped a lot of gems. When I get some time, I'm going to see George and get some of that good old knowledge he has up there. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to read all this like I did in my last video with the Errol Spence stuff because you guys can read on your own. I don't want to bore you guys. But, man, I don't want to hear all this because if it was any other fighter saying this, y'all wouldn't let him slide. It's like all the excuses or whatever. I'll bring up Keith Thurman. You know, everybody was going against Keith Thurman to lose to Manny Pacquiao because they was just for sure Errol Spence was going to face him next. And you know, we come out afterwards, and you probably knew before the fight that Keith Thurman went all the way 100. But, you know, people killed him for that. But these excuses, this and that. This is all it boils down to. Wilder basically got exposed for bad habits, and not just in the ring, out of the ring. We knew when he trains that he done do a lot of road work as far as his sparring and training. They don't work on him making any adjustments. He's always been just looking for that right hand, and if you take his best punch away, he can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why if I were to relate this to basketball, the best players, the skilled players, like we got the Kobe's, the Michaels, you say Bron, whoever, Steph Curry, You name it. If you take one thing away from them, they got something else in their arsenal they can score with. And that's all it is. Same thing with fighting, man. That's why Floyd was so great. Hated to love how Floyd fought. He can adapt and he can fight all styles and he can win any type of way he want to win. When you haven't worked on that, you only can win one way. It's easy to stop you. Like I said, I made this analogy before. I made a comparison of Deontay Wilder to DeAndre Jordan. When DeAndre Jordan wasn't catching alleys or whatever, and this is just strictly offensive. When he wasn't catching alleys or whatever, he wasn't that good. When you watch this fight again, and you watch the first fight, Wilder arguably lost the first fight. He got outboxed that fight too. So if anything, they should have worked on him trying to box better. Instead of having this wide old stance, not having a lot of balance, working on his defense. What happened was his psyche was hurt from when Fury got up from that big old punch the first fight. When Fury showed he could take his power, and he came in big, and Wilder came in at an unprecedented, like 230. He was just, I don't know if he's trying to go with the same strategy, but he didn't employ it the right way. And this ain't me capping for Fury. You know what I'm saying? This same thing could have possibly happened. Granted, I don't think AJ's the best boxer, the better boxer that Fury is, but I mean, I'm pretty sure AJ's team was seeing the same things that everybody's seen out of Wilder. And if you don't think for a second AJ would possibly try to fight Wilder like he did Ruiz the second time, he probably would. And I want to say the same thing happened because Fury went right to Wilder in the fight and pretty much said, okay, what you going to do? I'll make you box off the back foot. I'm going to see what you got. And Fury couldn't adjust to that. So me saying all that is, Wilder, we don't want to hear the excuses, man. Just say, hey, he was the better man that night and say, I'm going to get my strap back on the third fight. That's all you got to say. At the end of the day, I ain't hating on you because you're a fighter. You went in there and put your life on the line. You couldn't have not left that ring. You know what I'm saying? That's why I need to be stopped. So at the end of the day, man, you just lost. Whatever happened, I don't like when fighters do that. If something happened in camp, hey, we need to push the fight back. Just push the fight back. Don't give us all these excuses about, I can't really talk about what happened, but I'll let y'all know we don't want to hear no more because now it's sounding like a scapegoat. But had you verbally came out and said this is going on, then they still made you fight, I would say, hey, Wilder told everybody ahead of the fight, I suffered an injury. Like, prime example, man. And people thought he was faking, but Tony Harrison, you know what I'm saying? He could have just went on with the fight with Charlo at first, but he said he suffered an injury. So what they did, called the fight off. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened when you put I can't necessarily say why I don't have integrity, but, your career integrity and all that stuff on the line before, so you don't have no scapegoats. So Wilder, look at the tape from this fight and that fight. Go get some fighters that's fought against crunk gym fighters, some trainers that's fought against them. Maybe a Lewis. Lewis can tell you, how they fight because, he's trained by Emmanuel Stewart. And just do it like that, man. We don't need the excuses. You know what I'm saying? You got to draw Fury 1-1. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all could be tied. A draw, and each one got to win because you still got that power, but you don't need to rely on it that much, man. It's just like, I'm going to go back one last time for basketball, the last thing. A person like, LeBron did a lot of more dunking when they was younger, but they realized as they got older, hey, I need to learn how to shoot better. I need to do this better. That way, because my legs ain't going to always be there. And it's the same thing. Wilder got to work on his legs. That power generate more from them legs. His legs was weak. Whatever happened, if he didn't prepare right or whatever, I could tell he's still saying damage, not because Fury was just this strong, powerful puncher. He was in there fatigued. I don't know what happened. I could tell he was fatigued. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's on you. That's on your camp. You should have worked better. Nobody be feeling sorry for all the other fighters when they lose. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. At this point, Tyson Fury has won the belt. Now, in order to be considered a champion, he needs to defend it successfully against Wilder. And that's what it's just going to be. But, man, hey, I appreciate you guys, man. If you made it this far to the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, man. Go ahead and share this on your social media, man. Hit me up in them comments. Tell me what you thought about the video. Tell me if I missed something out. If you want me to do a video topic, hit me up on my Gmail. It's in the description. It's your boy Banco Boxing. I'm out.